Na tuko hapa tumesikitishwa sana that today we were expecting that the waziri would be brought before court na the law ikwe followed, but we are amazed that he has not been able to be charged because the director of public prosecution has actually desisted from charging him because there is a court order, high court order that is restraining from the same, and the high court order is being mentioned on the 2nd of October. So that's why it was even wrong for him to be arrested in the first place, because there was a court order from the higher court that had restrained him from being arrested. So really this I think is not again a nature of following nature of justice, but rather we think that it's more of political. We think that it's more of political. It's taking a political cause, and we know for sure that there are some Mombasa politicians that want to bring politics into this rather than having access to justice for the victim. So we are really saying that he should desist from that. He should just let the law take its course and not put it in a political way, because we won't allow it if he goes that route. We should just, because I'm an advocate of the High Court, we just pray that it just follows the law as it should be, and there should not be any monkey business. So far we are here to state that we are together with the Waziri Amado because of Article 50 of the Constitution, that he is presumed innocent until proved guilty. So his presumption of innocent prevails until an acquittal or a conviction, and so we let the court follow its process. But we are warning our other political side from interfering with the court process. We believe in the rule of law, and we don't want some interference from other quarters. We just want the law to follow its course. And so far we have been told that he has been sent back to the regional for further documentation. So we are going to expect an immediate release of the state officer so that he can embark on his duties as he awaits further directions from the court that is on 2nd.
Mzuilia pale na hatujajua kosa lake mpaka sasa ni nini. Maana kama ni rumors zinazoendelea katika mji wa Mombasa, Amado si mtu ameshikwa na mambo kama hayo, sio mtu ameshikwa katika mambo ya ukora, sio mtu ameshikwa katika mambo ya uhuni, lakini kuna baadhi ya wanasiasa wanalazimisha jambo ambalo haliko katika pamoja na Amado na governor Mombasa. Lakini kwa sababu ya kisiasa ya 2027, mjipange, tunakuja kupambana na nyinyi 2027 kisiasa, sio kimambo ya polisi na mambo ya kutishana. Hata mimi nilipigwa, nikaumizwa, na sikusikia kiongozi akiongea hata siku moja kusema na nilikuwa katika kambi yako. Na nilipigwa, nikaumizwa, na hata ni wewe tumeandika ma statement, na hakuna DCI alifuatilia hata hiyo kesi hata siku moja. Hadi leo nimeumizwa, hadi nimefika kwa hali hii. Nilipigwa na nikapigwa vibaya, na kila mtu aliona video. Yeye ndo alihusika, ambaye anapiga vigelegele na viherehere hapa na pale. Kwa hivyo nataka kumwambia, kama nataka kupambana kisiasa, vaa njuga, sisi ni wanaume, tupambane kiwanjani. Hii mambo ya kike kufuatana nyuma, tuache kufuatana nyuma. Tutapelekana kisiasa, sisi ni wanasiasa. Twende kisiasa, lakini mambo mengine tukutane baada. Tunasema sheria ifuate mkondo wake. Mohammed Hussein kama ana makosa ashtakiwe, na kama hana makosa aachiliwe. Aende nyumbani, akae na familia yake, sababu kuna watoto, kuna bibi, anataka kuangalia familia yake. Tafadhali, governor Mombasa anataka kufanya malengo yake yaliyochaguliwa, kutimiza malengo ya watu wa Mombasa, na hii ndio wanafanya ili Mombasa iweze kuwa Mombasa bora na Mombasa kuendelea. Sababu governor amewashinda kiakili. Mlitarajia sasa governor ataita fujo, watu watajaa viwanjani, watu watajaa polisi, lakini governor hawezi panga upuzi wa aina yoyote kuita watu kupiga kelele, sababu kushindana na chura, sisi hatuwezi shindana na chura kupiga kelele. Wacha tukae namna hiyo, sheria itafuata mkondo. Amado ataachiliwa kesho, Mohammed Hussein, na vovote vile serikali inavyoona itakavyokwenda, na sisi pia sheria zitafuata haki yake. Kwa hivyo tunasema tukae na amani, vijana watulie pale walivyo, watu wote wakae na amani, na Amado ataachiliwa na serikali kama pale alivyoshikwa. Baadamu tumejua katika mkono salama wa serikali. Hiyo ndio muhimu wetu kwa kujua kwa wapi. Tumehakikisha kwamba ako headquarter.
Staff here at the county government of Mombasa. And the reason we've called you here today is because we have just been made aware of the unfortunate abduction, which we subsequently discovered was an arrest of our County Executive Committee member for Lands, Urban Planning and Housing, Mohammed Hussein Mohammed. He was abducted from a city restaurant here in Mombasa while having lunch with a work colleague. 7 heavily built individuals appeared at the facility and approached him, and we have this on CCTV, and they picked him up and they disappeared with him. Later on, after making several calls to various authorities and checking in various police stations, we established that he was in the hands of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. This is another in a series of unfortunate persecutory events over the past 2 weeks leveled against His Excellency the Governor of Mombasa and his supporters for no crime other than leading the people of Mombasa in the manner that befits them. The Governor, in his wisdom, recently appointed Madam Selina Maitha, the former running mate to a prominent politician who contested the gubernatorial election of 2022 and lost to the Governor. He recently appointed her as the chairperson of the Mombasa Water Supply Company in recognition of her capabilities and abilities. And it seems that this move has angered certain quarters who now move around this country and this city, calling press conferences, hurling threats and abuse at His Excellency the Governor, threatening members of his family, threatening his staff, his supporters. As you well know, 2 innocent ladies have also been picked up and are currently in police custody under accusations of things that they are physically incapable of doing. It is unfortunate that those who the Governor defeated in 2022 are resorting to abuse of the security agencies to pursue their political agenda. We would urge them, rather than continuing in these nefarious schemes of trying to tarnish His Excellency the Governor's name with no basis whatsoever, to prepare themselves to face the people in 2027. And the people will decide whether or not the Governor is fit for leadership. As of right now, we are confident in His Excellency the Governor's leadership of the people of Mombasa. He is in no way and want to categorically reject and deny any accusation that the Governor would resort to any form of violence or intimidation against any political opponent at this point in time. He has been in elective politics for over 13 years. He comes from a prominent political family that has been in politics for over 3 decades. Why at this stage would they now be all of a sudden sensitive to abuse that would come from certain people in the social media? This is something that they're accustomed and used to, and is not new. His Excellency the Governor would not in any way resort to any form of violence or intimidation against any political opponent. We're in the business of political persuasion. We use our deeds to convince the people of Mombasa, because that is what worked in 2022. He went out to the people, sought their votes by convincing them based on his track record as a member of parliament and as the chairman of the Public Investment Committee. And the people of Mombasa were convinced. In 2027, if it's not broken, why fix it? We will go back to these people using the same strategy of persuasion, seeking their understanding and support for the good and excellent work that he has done over the past 2 years as governor to secure re-election. We are not in the business of violence and intimidation. As a matter of fact, it's actually our opponents who came out yesterday and publicly showed their hand in this matter. The people of Mombasa already knew that they were behind this. The people of Mombasa were already convinced that this was political in nature. And yesterday, what we all suspected was confirmed. These individuals even have the audacity to call family members of various members of staff of His Excellency the Governor, threatening them that they are the government. They are the ones with the instruments of power, and they will show us that they will take us out of office before 2027. It's very unfortunate that someone who was rejected by the public is now trying to use the back door to find his way into political office. I once again would call upon these individuals to accept the sovereign will of the people And rather than trying to frustrate the election of 2022 through using the security agencies, why don't they prepare themselves for the election of 2027? So we want to say here today that Mohammed Hussein Mohammed is innocent. He's innocent of any of these allegations. And we look forward to proving our case in court. It's unfortunate that these individuals have resorted to abusing the criminal justice system to pursue their ends, but we believe that in our day in court, we'll prove his innocence and the devil will be put to shame. And the people of Mombasa will finally get to see the real nature of some of these political opponents to His Excellency the Governor of Mombasa. That said, we want to reassure the general public that we will not be distracted. His Excellency the Governor will not be distracted from his responsibility to you. He remains focused on delivering on his Mombasa Mwanzo Mpya manifesto. Yesterday, he was engaged with the people of Kisauni. Today, he was engaged with the people of Nyali, and he will continue to work tirelessly for the people of Mombasa in fulfillment of the promise that he made to them in 2022. Your governor is focused and will not allow any of these people to distract him from the promise that he made to you, the people. Thank you. In case of any questions, the CEC lands is in no way linked to any criminal activity of any nature, whether that what you've referred to or any other. The CEC lands is an innocent individual, the youngest CEC in this country, and unfortunately, he was the powerhouse. Many people recognize him as the powerhouse behind the governor's election in 2022. And our opponents have now seen this and are trying to persecute him for being that powerhouse, popular amongst the young people of Mombasa, and are now trying to tarnish his name and soil his name in the public. They have no evidence of any form whatsoever. We're not tied to this. We're not in the business of violence or intimidation. We are focused that our performance in the public domain is what will get us re-elected. Unfortunately, the CEC lands is currently being held at the DCI regional headquarters. We have seen him, he's in good spirits, and he sends his greetings to the people of Mombasa and assures them that once he's out, once we've proven that he's innocent, which we are confident that we will do tomorrow, he will resume his duties and ensure that the people of Mombasa's expectations are met. They have said that they are securing him to record a statement. So we are waiting for that statement to be recorded, and then we'll take it from there. The governor officially has not been summoned by the